Peter, are you a fan of word games?
Well, to be honest, Jimmy, I don't think that's any of your business.
Apologies, Peter. Sorry if I crossed the line there. Sorry. Any words you're hoping will come up tonight?
Abdicates.
I'm with Peter.
One of my favourite words, which is retromingency.
Retromingency.
Is that when it used to be like a big bush? Is that a retro?
It means peeing backwards.
Sucking it back in?
What do you mean, peeing backwards?
Well, I think apparently rhinos and hares can sort of pee so that it can... I didn't research this one, but it kind of, you know, just goes backwards.
So it goes back? Well, I could do that. I just... Susie, what could they have got?
I had nougat for 6.
I got a 9.
There's a 9-letter word there.
9-letter word. Abdicates.
You were voted the 57th hottest man in the world by Attitude magazine.
Fact.
Yes.
Yes, Attitude magazine is gay literature. I was voted the 57th hottest man in the world by them last year. Brad Pitt is at 60. I'm hotter than Brad Pitt.
57th, Joe?
Yes, I'm 57th hottest.
Man, out of how many? How many men are in the world? Just to really put this to really put the man's achievement into context.
3 billion.
Out of 3 billion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Benedict Cumberbatch is at 69. Lol.
This is one of your recent tweets. Fuck it, I'm going to get ducked up to fuck. Me and my little sonny are going to treat him to a nice bit of stale bread. Hashtag old school.
Yeah, I took that to a nice little pond.
OK. I get the setup of the situation. You're going to feed the ducks. It's the next tweet that really confused me. It was, well, that was weird. Found a lovely pond stroke lake. Not a fucking duck inside. Maybe they were shy. Or maybe they was arrogant. Pricks. Could they have done any better?
Well, we think we may have a 9. Can we check? Abdicates.
OK, so at the end of that, Sean and James have 4 points. It says here in the 80s, Susie collected rocks. And there's me thinking that being the resident lexicographer on Countdown was tragic.
Pet rocks. Don't you remember pet rocks? Well, if you couldn't afford a real pet, you had a pet rock.
John, I said you were the most boring, but it's bloody close. Susie, are there any accents you find annoying?
Well, there is these polls, aren't there, of accents and how intelligent...
There's always these bloody polls. Susie's gone very UKIP recently.
Poles, yes.
Polls.
Polish people, yes.
No, polls. Not polls. And they ask people how intelligent they think someone is, depending on their accent. And Brammy always comes last. And silence is always rates better than a Brammy accent.
Well, that's why I got rid of it.
Did you have one?
No, not really. I was born better.
I think Susie's funniest moment was she was doing the origin of gingerly, you know, to act gingerly. And she got to the point where you put a piece of ginger in a horse's arse and she couldn't finish it. She tried to do it about 5 times and ended up cutting it out because she couldn't get through it.
Ginger... What? You lost me there.
That's what we thought.
If you ginger someone up, you pep them up a bit, and it used to be putting a piece of... Well, it didn't have to be ginger, but it could be anything. Into a horse's... Yeah.
Into a horse's...
To keep its tail erect and to give... You know, make it sprightly.
What? Who was the first guy who discovered that?
Could they have done any better?
I've got a 9 that... I think it's a word, but I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Abdicates. Abdicates.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
9 letters.
Yeah.
I've got some poems. If you want me to read a poem.
Sounds good.
Okay, so I've got a poem about. Do you want one about a witch? A poem about love? Or a poem about cubs?
Which?
Witch. So this is a poem about the witches, I guess. A witch frigged herself off with her broom handle.
That's not on the syllabus, is it?
A witch frigged herself off with her broom handle. Her cat watched on, tired of it all. I'm published poet.
Is it harder to make them rhyme? I thought poems rhymed.
I've never made one rhyme.
You're not?
No.
On purpose, or could you not?
No, I've tried. What I do is I sit down for an hour trying to make one rhyme, and then I can't do it, so then I write that sort of thing.
You could have had, like, wigged, bigged, digged.
You're going to need a rhyme for splinter for verse 2.
Well, I smashed it, mate. I've absolutely smashed it.
What have you got?
I went with... I had trainer first.
He had that before all the letters were selected, he had training on.
And then I've got tenurial.
Brilliant.
Tenurial.
Fantastic.
What word is he trying to say, Susie?
He said it. Tenurial.
Oh, and tenurial means...
Brilliant. It's all to do with the tenure of land, the holding of land.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
I don't know, I'm clever bollocks, aren't I?
Peter, Susie, could they have done any better?
Well, we got a couple of 7s, resound, devours, sounder, and an 8, abdicate. Oh, hang on, no. Abdicates. Abdicates, 9. Abdicates.
OK, so Sean and James have 29.
Every time I've ever been on this programme, I get, the next day, I'd say at least 6 tweets from people saying they've found someone who looks a lot like me. This is just a very common setup. And so I put together some of the best. We start with a classic. It's E.T. era Steven Spielberg.
That's the one on the left, yeah?
Alf. This is a good one. It's an ancient ceramic lion from a museum in Scotland, someone said to me after the last time I was on this show. This Antarctic explorer. I'll be honest, that is actually me. I just wanted to dress up as an Antarctic explorer. So I put that in there as a curveball. And then I get told a lot I look like the late Keith Moon, the amazing drummer from The Who. But what's interesting about this one is that John Entwistle, the bass player from The Who, looks a lot like Joe Wilkinson. So this is a picture of not me, not Joe Wilkinson, hanging out.
I travelled down through Egypt, and then I sat on a beach leaning against another poet, and I wrote this. It's about my travels. Bedecked in white shawls, a local tailor floated across the hot sand on his camel. And in brackets, Otto. It's irrelevant. Nearby, a handsome Englishman fingered an Egyptian girl against a pyramid.
They said I could read something from a book, you know, as long as it had some kind of literary merit, you know, as a show about words and everything. So I thought I'd read an extract from the Morrissey autobiography, just because I'm a fan, and, you know, it's really interesting, and it's extremely well written. So here's my take on the Morrissey autobiography.
I think the genius of the show was that it did exactly what it said on the tin. Men behaving badly. It was about 2 men whose behaviour was, well, let's just say it left a lot to be desired. I remember those days very fondly. It was really good fun. In fact, it was brilliant. Sitting on the sofa, watching porn on the telly, having a couple of beers, talking about wanking, trying to cop off with Leslie Ash. And then the car would pick us up to take us to the studio and we'd have to film the show. I don't really keep in touch with Clumsy anymore, but he's off being all successful and everything. He was brilliant in Gravity. He looks very handsome these days. I think he might have had his ears done. Good on you, Clumsy. Thank you.
I've come on here for a bit of light-hearted Weathering film-based bants. All of a sudden, everyone's on me case. Bring back Bebo.
What did Susie come back with? You came back with...
I needed a hyphen between light and hearted. Is that true, though? Do I need a hyphen?
Yeah.
Why? Problem is, I just say light-hearted. How do you say hyphen? How do you say the hyphen bit?
You don't.
What's the point? Why is there a hyphen needed for that?
Because Susie says there
Exactly.
is.
I know.
Oh, sorry, I've sat here quite... Never question Dent's authority when I'm on this team. That's the first thing. Any more jokes about Dictionary Corner being boring, someone's going to get fucking hurt.
I won't spit on you when we're having sex tonight.
Good luck trying it without spit.
I'm wiping the tear out my eye. George just very kindly offered not to spit on one of our guests.